hold it if you don't mind. Hello, everyone. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to actually hold this up to my mouth. Hopefully I'm not talking too loud because it's another windy day in Boca Chica. But I am happy to say that I am supposedly connected through my Starlink. So it took a little bit of troubleshooting to get it up and running. But actually, we are also connected to the Cybertruck here. That's how we're getting our power. So let me know in the comments. We have some people saying that I'm connected. So I'm very excited for this because every other live stream that I've attempted here has been a big and utter fail. But as you can see, we have Cybertruck in front of Starship, which is quite the sight. It's our own little mini rocket ship here because they're made of the same stainless steel. If you're wondering, this is not my Cybertruck, unfortunately. This belongs to Joe Tagmeyer. And believe it or not, he's had it for less than a week. But it's perfect time to bring it down to Starbase for the 3rd test flight of Starship. Man, I hope that my hat stays on. So let's show you guys the setup that we have for Starlink here. I have it powered to the truck, which I think is incredibly convenient and very cool. Now, of course, tomorrow, or pending tomorrow, the launch may slip until Friday. It may slip until Saturday or Sunday. As you can see, it's pretty windy right now, but it's actually very windy. It's very annoying. The issue tomorrow would be the clouds and having a limited view of the launch. And obviously we know that the launch isn't only for our benefit, but it's also for NASA and SpaceX to gather data. And I say NASA because NASA will be joining us on the roof of Margaritaville. They've been there every single time, and they're actually there to collect data on the launch, film the hot staging like they did last time, etc. But Joe, if you want to come a little bit closer.
Okay, one of the questions here your viewers are asking is, has the launch license been granted yet?
Not yet. As of 20 minutes ago, we checked and it is not granted yet. Now, I will say, even if it is granted today, which crossing our fingers it is, I don't think the launch is going to be on Thursday. I think it'll slip until at least Friday, which is a good thing that I'm booked here until Saturday. So, man, it is so windy. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I just need to ditch the hat. I don't know. I thought that it would keep the wind out of my eyes. But let me know where you guys are watching from in the comments, and also please let me know how the service is, because again, this is my first time connected to Starlink down here at Starbase. Starbase is kind of notoriously bad for coverage, and normally my streams are few and far between. I usually have to pre-record things, and so hopefully it's working well. How is the connection going? Are people commenting? Oh, okay, thumbs up. You can talk, you're mic'd up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, should I ditch the hat?
Whatever you want.
Because it's gonna blow away. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna ditch the hat. I'm gonna try to hold my dress down. There's so many moving parts right now. Put this in my Cookie Monster backpack. But I am excited that it appears that my Starlink is working down here at Starbase. And if it works down here at Starbase, it surely is going to work on the roof tomorrow at Margaritaville. You know what, Joe? I need to take a cool off break because of my hair. So why don't we talk about your Cybertruck? Why don't we talk about, you know, what you're expecting? And let's talk about the beautiful rocket behind you.
All right, well, welcome everybody. I see that you're from all over the world, so I'm glad that Ellie Starlink is working here, and the Cybertruck is working really well with that. Also, I've had it for about 5 days. It's been just an amazing vehicle so far. It's probably the most powerful people magnet I have ever seen. Everywhere we go, people want to know about it, and I think it's really cool. And you know, if you ask the kids, they know everything about it. So I think the word is definitely out one way or the other. But being able to see this here with the Starship is great. As Ellie said, it's very windy today. We're watching the weather for tomorrow. Not sure if it's going to happen or not, but
and remind everyone what combo is behind you, just in case they live under a rock.
All right. Well, on the top is Ship 28, and you have Booster 10. And interestingly enough, just yesterday, Ship 29 was on the pad as well. They did some recent testing, and then it was moved with a lot of the equipment, the booster stand, the Ship 28 stand, obviously Ship 29, and all the other items have been moved off the orbital launch site. They're doing a lot of cleanup to make sure that the site is as free of debris as possible, because we know when the engines light up, it makes a lot of not only noise, but it pushes a lot of the stuff everywhere. So they're trying to get that cleaned up right now. I know that they're doing some other tests on the water deluge system. They're getting more of the cryogenics filled up right now. So they're really pushing forward to try to make it happen. It's just, will Mother Nature cooperate? And that's the big question right now.
Do you mind holding it for a second?
Sure, no problem.
Switch back. We're going to do a couple of switchbacks, and I'm going to whisper into the mic. I'm going to speak quieter because apparently I'm yelling and the sound is clipping. One of the things that we could do in a few moments here, Joe, is we could see how the range is for the Starlink. Ross suggested that we walk a few feet away, maybe get a different view. Someone asked Joe earlier if he was the everyday astronaut.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing an everyday astronaut shirt. He is not. But he is quite popular. Actually, a lot of attention has centered around the Cybertruck. A lot of people, this is their first time seeing it in person. But Joe was mentioning that, if it's your first time seeing it or you've never seen it before, which is the same thing, a lot of people know what it is. Kids know what it is. People are at least aware of what it's called. So it's definitely a popular spectacle down here at Starbase. And let's take maybe a little bit of, let's go on a walk on the beach. How romantic. So we are here at Boca Chica Beach. We're going to see how good the signal is. And Joe is giving you a pan of the actual beach because, this is part of the reason that the access is so great here in Boca Chica and Starbase is because this is a public beach at the end of a highway. So, SpaceX is starting to build some fences and some walls, making the area a little bit less accessible by view of the road, but you still can see a heck of a lot here. And there's been a lot of additions, including the sign, the SpaceX sign, an entryway sort of built with that sign. There's a Gateway to Mars sign. So a lot of signs, all signs point to Starbase.
We're hearing that the signal is still good. So we've already walked a pretty good distance. I'll show you about how far away we've come. So far, so good.
So far, so good. And hey, we haven't lost sight of the rocket because I think that'd be pretty hard to do. Let's see here. Maybe we can start heading in the dunes. So far, the bugs haven't been too bad. They're usually terrible. But so far, I don't think I have any bites. The sun and the heat as well are also, not bad today. So.
Yeah, I see people talking, it's windy. They want to know, is it a 720p stream? I'm not sure. And still, so far, it seems like the signal's okay.
Okay, well, it should be higher than 720, but, it may be lower for the live stream. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, Ross says range is still good, signal's still fine.
Okay, well, let's keep doing our little test. And then I'll run back to the Cybertruck to prove everyone that I can run. A lot of people are asking me, hey, how's your leg? Last time you were on crutches, and I'm happy to report that the leg is pretty dang good.
So still looking okay from what everybody.
Okay, saying. Well, we're getting further and further away from Starlink, so I'll walk backwards.
Okay. And they say the stream's not in delay. Some people are still asking if it's 720, and they also like the microphones.
They like the microphones. The microphones are a lifesaver. And you guys, this is why my trip here about 2 weeks ago was such a bummer, because I broke, the lightning adapter that goes into the phone for the mics. I'm still awaiting a replacement. It should get here Friday. But once I have that, I'll be able to use my mics again. But until then, I'm using Joe's. And so down here at Boca Chica, if you don't have mics and you're trying to do content like I am, you're kind of SOL because it's always windy. So unless you want to sit in your car and make content, it's going to be rough. But the windscreens on this are particularly helpful, and these mics, $300. The battery life on them is incredible. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you're trying to start making content,
it sounds like we got to the point where the quality started taking a hit, so we'll start heading back.
Head back. Should I do a little run?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, you guys. It's been a little over a year So let's see how I run.
All right, I see that it's buffering a little bit, but we're moving back towards the Starlink, so hopefully this will improve here as we get closer.
Oh, you want?
No, I'm just.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
How is this? Is it has the quality improved back? So we were getting some rebooting and buffering, so maybe it was we were just too far away.
Oh, so they missed my run?
No, they saw it. Let's get out of the. There's a lot of people coming onto the beach. It's actually very busy. Okay, so we're getting closer back to the Starlink, so hopefully we will see all of it improve. And thank you for letting us try that test. We just wanted to see how far away we could get with the Starlink.
We're like Icarus. We're flying too close to the sun. Yeah, what are people saying?
720 took a bit of a hit. I'll let you do that. And
watching from Italy, audio and video okay? Well, if we're reaching Italy, I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I know that's not how it works. When is the launch? Sentinel wants to know. The launch is probably going to be Friday if we had to make a gun to our head prediction, at least for me.
You know, we will say that right now there hasn't been a change. SpaceX is making every preparation that we know of to try to launch tomorrow. I think from the standpoint of their systems, the ground zero or the stage zero and all of their preparations, I think they're ready to try tomorrow. It's just, will Mother Nature let that happen? And we're also waiting to find out if the FAA has given the license yet. We are hearing that it should be today sometime, but as far as at least I know and Ellie knows at this moment in time, it hasn't been granted quite yet. So hopefully soon.
Awesome. And I just wanted to make another update. Let's see, maybe we can do a selfie mode.
Okay.
Let's see if we can. Here, do you want to hold it? Someone asked, what is the brand? So this is DJI microphones. They're really great. And I just want to say, if you're enjoying the stream, please consider super chatting, even a few dollars. Obviously, being a full-time content creator, I have to pay for the Starlink subscription. I have to pay for the Starlink. I have to get hair in my mouth over and over. So if you like what you're seeing, please consider just throwing a few dollars, as a lot of these trips take, I don't know, moolah.
Yeah, well, South Padre Island right now is at the same time as spring break. So there is a lot of people here, and they've also, of course, they're using that opportunity to raise some of the rates too. But this is an extremely busy time. There's so many people here to watch this launch, hopefully, and if it goes tomorrow or Friday, it'll be perfect for all the spring breakers as well.
Absolutely, and I'm glad to hear that the coverage is looking good again. We got our first super chat. Sentinel, thank you for the $20. Guys, these super chats really do make a difference. Signing up for my Patreon makes a difference, and I don't try to ask for these things too often because I know it can be, I don't know, maybe annoying, maybe not. But the reality, and you're a content creator too. You get the YouTube revenue. It can be very hit or miss, and so we have to survive on more than just the ad revenue, for sure.
But as far as anything else, I think I mentioned before, SpaceX is getting everything ready on the pad, and that's going on today. Most everything has been moved out, so hopefully we'll get good word here soon, and really want to watch this launch. This is it's a very important launch.
Yes.
The first two were kind of, let's hope it works kind of launches. But now it's really starting to take on some importance.
And let's talk about that, although I do want to I see more super chats coming in. We have Selva, thank you for the super chat. I believe I just saw one from Todd, so I want to recognize you guys because Sometimes all it takes is asking, and so thank you. But let's talk about IFT3. A lot of people are saying third time is a charm.
Yeah.
This is, of course, the first launch that we're seeing in 2024. The launch window, however, in between launches has shortened. Even though it doesn't feel like it for us who are addicts and we want as much as we can get, it is getting shorter, which is a good sign. And like you were saying, we're looking for, SpaceX has some crazy ambitions with this launch. Are they going to meet all of those objectives?
Well, I certainly hope so. They truly do. I do think IFT3 is a turning point in the importance of what they're doing. They have the milestones they want to achieve with the booster, and that would be to go farther than they did before. So, you know, they want to make sure that they get the hot staging done, the boost back, and this time hopefully controllably splash down in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, we did talk to some of the NASA guys. They have imaging teams that are going to be watching that very closely to make sure that that works, and it's a critical part. The Starship itself, we need to get it to orbit or orbit-like. They have the tip-take transfer to show that they can do the fuel transfer.
Are you good?
Yeah,
Do you have a standing tripod in your car?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I have one in mind. Just let me know if your arm is getting tired.
It's good.
It's a workout.
But so the tip tank transfer, they want to test the Pez dispenser door. They're going to do a burn of the Raptor engine to act as like a deorbit burn. So that will be the first time the Raptors are attempted to be lit up on orbit. And of course, the entry and the splashdown, those are all important. But there's also one other part of the launch that isn't getting as much attention, but I think is just as important. And as Ellie mentioned, that they want to do many more launches this year, and that is, how does stage 0 itself survive? We saw that the first launch did quite a number on the ground, concrete. They had to do a lot of rework. They added the water deluge system. Last time it worked much better, but they still had problems with some of the tanks that have been removed. They put some new vaporizers, new water tanks themselves. They've done a lot of work on the orbital launch pad. So it needs to survive as well to support those rapid reuses. Well, so we got to watch that.
Let's talk about another thing. By the way, James, thank you for the generous $50 super chat. He says thank you to both of us. So thank you for helping me do these, because you guys, Joe has some really amazing commentary, and so that is why I steal you and I make you my co-host, and I don't make you, but we do a good job streaming on the roof of Margaritaville. We are going to be streaming before the launch, so you know, I know a lot of you guys will have different creators to choose from, but we're going to be up there at least an hour before the launch and providing some, you know, sort of pre-launch coverage.
And not only that, this test here with the Starlink is important because we're going to try to rely on this.
Yes, which I think we can. I mean, last time I was able to stream without Starlink, although when the manager moved away from my phone and thus his hotspot moved away, I had technical difficulties about 2 minutes before the launch, which was very stressful.
Right. Well, we just went about 30 to 40 meters away and you had no problem. So
yeah, it's doing great. It's doing great. The main thing is, you know, what we've noticed, it does take a little bit of time to get connected online. Another tip for you is that at first it really wasn't connecting. It had been about 10 minutes. So we recycled the power and then all of a sudden it was connecting. The other thing you want to make sure is that you have your Starlink aligned. This new generation of Starlink, it only has a kickstand, and so it's not going to motorize and find its own orientation without your help.
I think that's part of just simplifying the product too. No, you don't have to have the motors, and it can be a smaller form factor too.
Yeah, definitely. Gosh, there was something I was going to say. What was I going to say?
Let's see. What are some of the questions?
I see good luck. And I see a $78 super chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This is one of the best ways to support the channel. Douglas has a nice super chat of 3.14. Can anyone in the room tell us why he super chatted $3.14?
I don't know if it has anything to do with Pi Day.
It's funny. I've been sharing, they're thinking about Pi Day, and a lot of people have said, what is Pi Day? And I'm like, aren't you guys like scientists and engineers?
Yeah, exactly. Well, for those that don't know, pi is one of the parts of the equation to figure out the area or the circumference of a circle, and it's 3.14 and more. So
it's kind of like an infinite, never-ending number. Let's see here. What is your distance from the launch tower?
From here, I would say that we are probably about 400 to 500 meters. No, maybe not. No, that's too far. Maybe about 300 meters away. Maybe.
And something else, you can get closer.
Yes, you can.
Even if you are a layperson like us, you are able to walk behind the dunes. Something that not a lot of people know about,
right,
and
exactly.
not a lot of people know that they have permission. There are no trespassing signs, so just don't trespass, but you're able to get a spectacular view. And last launch, the road reopened about 3 hours later, so
right.
we were back here on the ground, able to see what everything looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot better than after the first launch. The
yes.
other thing that you brought up that I wanted to, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Speaking of things surviving, let's talk about the glass.
Okay.
The hurricane-rated glass.
Okay.
That's a new addition to Starbase, and that, well, it can survive a hurricane, knock on wood, but can it survive a Starship launch?
Yeah, well, what she's talking about, there's a new project that is about halfway completed on the orbital launch pad itself. It's a brand new bathroom. It's got pretty thick walls and roof made out of concrete, so it's quite robust of a structure, but it will allow the workers out here to have restrooms and a small kind of a kitchen area. But the interesting part of the design is kind of facing away from the current launch tower. It's got these glass panels sort of as the front. And they are hurricane rated, but we'll see if they are Starship rated. So assuming that it launches and everything goes well, we can get out here early. We're going to take a look and see how that works.
How is the weather out here? It is windy per usual.
You know, other than the wind, it's actually a very nice day. You can see behind me there's some clouds in the sky, but if from a visual standpoint, if we launched right now, this would be a great time to see everything. The big issue is the wind, not just the wind here where we are, but it's the wind at altitude that's the big issue. And that causes things like wind shear, for example, around where they would do the hot staging. And they're monitoring that very closely to see if it's within their limits of what they want to do for the launch.
Well, and one thing that we observed this morning, we actually went on the roof of Margaritaville to check things out. You could not see Starship, and so it definitely has cleared up. And that's one of the kind of interesting things is they plan on launching around 7:30 a.m. Texas time, and so it really does take a little bit to clear up during the day. So it makes you wonder why they don't do it a little later.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Well, they have a certain window that they need to launch in, and that's based on airspace. It's based on where the reentry would happen, and it has to be all coordinated. So it's not like they can just pick any time that they want. So they have a window of time. The other thing that I'm kind of interested in is sunrise here in this part of Texas right now is about 7:40. So depending on what time they launch, we might get a sun coming up, kind of a dawn launch, and that might be quite spectacular to see the exhaust plume.
Launch window is 2 hours for tomorrow, and someone wanted to know when our launch coverage would start. I would say it's fair to assume, at least 30 minutes, but maybe an hour.
Probably. The biggest issue is that on the roof of Margaritaville there's really no lights.
Yeah.
And so it will be kind of dark. So I have a few things that we might be able to use, but because it's so dark, it's really hard to see. When we did IFT2 for a while before the sun started coming up, it was really hard to see.
We are in Dallas, Fort Worth, and want to run down for the launch. Where can we watch from? So your best bet is Isla Blanca Park. That is where most people go. It's fairly cheap to enter. If you're trying to park, you're going to want to get there early. However, it has it's like, 5 or 6 miles?
It's right at 5 miles, so it's about
as close as you can get.
Yeah, legally.
We've had a couple people down here today say, can you watch the launch from right here? And no. Unless you have some sort of a bad wish, but you never know. You want to be safe, and there's an exclusion zone for a reason. But the other thing that I've learned is that Holiday Inn Express, you can pay $50 to get on the roof. I think you have to be a guest. Unfortunately for Margaritaville, They will not let guests on the roof, but we're sort of grandfathered into it. They appreciate our coverage. However, I'm staying on the 8th floor, and I have a great view from my balcony. So there are still, great views from many of the South Padre Island balconies.
Yeah, Isla Blanca Park, the Holiday Inn, the Margaritaville, all of that is on South Padre Island, which is a good place to watch. There's also a beach, and you can be on the beach watching from there. You can also go to Port Isabel, and that's just on the other side of the causeway from South Padre Island, so you can watch from there as well. And there's a few other places. They actually offer some boat rides that stay just out of the exclusion zone, so if you're lucky enough, you can see that.
Starfleet tours, and they offered, for us to go on that, but we have prior arrangements, engagements here. Man, I should have brought my computer so I could read all of the comments. So we still don't have a launch license as far as do you want to check your phone really quickly?
I can, if you want to hold it.
I'll chat with you guys. Man, it's so windy here. I really need to start braiding my hair or something. Okay, we have one of the viewers who is going.
What is your password?
Share password.
I don't want to.
Joe.
Okay.
Joe, you're using my Starlink.
I know.
Let's see how it handles 2 people. So we have over 600 people watching right now. Some people are asking, how busy is it down here? How many people do you think are down here?
Here at Starbase,
at
by
Starbase.
the orbital launch. There is a lot of people. We came out to the beach, as you could see, to start doing this, but the road that goes right next to the orbital launch site is just packed with people, cars, and we'll probably see that a little later today.
And Ross is kind enough to look on social media. There is nothing yet about the launch license online. I should have just asked them. They're all on the computer or on their phone. But wow, I can't believe 600 people are watching. That is an honor, and that's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to bring you guys launch coverage. I'm really happy right now that this is working. Every time I come down here, I want to live stream, and I've had such rough times with it. So, wow, another $50 from Anthony. Keep up the good work. I really like your interviews. My gosh, the comments are just flooding in with key players, great questions, and good information. Thank you so much. Joe, in our team ups, we have been so lucky to interview Mae Musk and Kimball Musk, the mom and brother of the man with the vision, Elon Musk. That's incredible. We have met so many people together, and I just feel so fortunate. Dr. Proctor from Inspiration 4. There's more that we've met. We've met a lot of people at the Astro Awards, Tim Dodd, Joe Scott Manley, the list goes on and on.
For those asking why I'm wearing Everyday Astronaut, is that I followed him for a long time, and I actually know him, so I thought I would wear it today.
He didn't want to represent my shirt during the stream. It's okay.
Yeah,
I forgive you.
But it's a great community. A lot of the content creators are friends, and they all work together, which is really nice. Something I wasn't able to photograph or cover, but yesterday I got a very rare opportunity to go up onto the orbital launch site itself and tour around the facilities, and that was very special for me. Again, because of just the restrictions, I wasn't able to take photos of it, but something that I will not forget.
Wow. Climber, right? $20. Keep up the good work. You guys, thank you so much. It makes a live stream even better to see super chats, and thank you. You guys are so generous. We have people watching from around the world, and a lot of people have never been here. This is not an easy place to get to. We are on the southern tip of Texas. In fact, we're almost to Mexico.
Yes.
And so we want to bring the experience as close to home for you guys as we can. And that's one of the reasons that, we try to get here a few days early. We try to stay a few days after to really capture the essence of Starbase. It is a magical place, and it's just crazy to think that, this is going to impact everyone around the globe if successful.
Yeah, and as Ellie has said before, but I would just reiterate, if you ever have a chance to come out here, take that opportunity and do it earlier than later, because as Starship continues to develop and as SpaceX develops, you know, some of the access that we've enjoyed over the years will be curtailed to some degree. So come on out.
Let's maybe do a little walk around the Cybertruck.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys want to see
Sure.
right now? I think that we're doing a pretty good job ad-libbing. I'm going to take my hat off again.
Okay.
Because I can't. I also have a Cookie Monster backpack, which I think a Cookie Monster backpack.
Possibly.
It's connected to Starlink right now.
Oh, are you still streaming?
Yeah, sorry.
Still on?
Yes, we're still on. We're live. Someone literally just asked, what just
He wants
happened?
to give Ellie $100 if I'll let him drive my Cybertruck.
Oh my God! I was gonna get money.
Yeah.
You guys, I think I
We
need
can
to
work it out later.
Someone make the $100 up. No, I'm kidding. You guys have been super generous. Well, in that case, I think we should start offering rides for money.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Like, I'm trying to make money down here. This is my Super Bowl. Truly, if you look at my YouTube analytics for the lifetime of my channel, you see 2 huge spikes almost as tall as Starship.
Yeah.
The number 1 spike is April 420. The second most watched spike is November 18th. So, let's see, he is a Brit, someone says. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, let's take a look at your Cybertruck and talk about, you know, the comparison or the similarity between Starship and Cybertruck.
Okay, well, I'm sure most of your viewers know, but for those that don't, the Cybertruck is actually made of the same stainless steel that the Starship is made. Not quite as thick. The Starship is between 3.4 and 4 millimeters thick, whereas the Cybertruck on the back part and the front fenders are 1.4 and the doors are 1.8. And the doors themselves, the skin and the inside of the door is also stainless steel. And we can kind of give you an idea of
Also, can we talk about your experiment
like.
on the other panel?
Oh, we can.
Okay,
But
let's do
first,
it.
the inside and the outside is all stainless steel, and then they laser weld it together, which is pretty cool. And you know, if you watch my channel, I've been able to show you all of the equipment that's arrived at Gigatex is installed and how it works.
Someone says Cybertruck is beautiful, but you've actually had not everyone loves it. You've had some thumbs down.
You know, I've only had really
It was
one.
at the first day.
It was, but I think they might have been joking. But other than that, it's just, there's been so many people come out, take a look at it. It seems to be a people magnet. People like the look. They say it's bigger than they thought in person. And we get Starship trying to make an appearance by venting right now.
Are you the only one that gets a little scared when it vents?
No.
I mean, sorry, or do you get scared?
No.
Am I the only one?
Oh,
I
you
can't
might
talk
be.
this morning.
Well, I mean, I've been around airplanes for a long time, and you know, when you use APUs or pressurization, or sometimes you use, you know, you have to use pressurization called pneumatic pressure to start engines. It's just like that, so I'm used to it.
Well, Marcelo says no more Pi Day, it's too windy, so you guys back up your claim. Is there any new information online? We're streaming, so we're not able to get the information, but if you let me know what's going on or any new updates, I will definitely be sure to report that. But Joe is also experimenting with the cleaning of the truck, and you know, a lot of people get fingerprints on it. It's kind of just one of the things that people are noticing. And so what is your experiment?
Well, one of the things about stainless steel is it's not painted, so it has variations within the steel itself. So it's not like a perfectly painted panel. So that's why some people wrap it. But the other thing is it does pick up fingerprints. It picks up a lot of the salt spray or whatever coming from the ocean. I noticed that last night, and it gets kind of on it, and you get things like this. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just a little bit of water that got, and you can see how it kind of makes a mark. So what I've done is on this panel here, I've got a test panel with a little bit of a ceramic coating on it, and it is markedly better than the rest of the truck. So I'm going to give that a test out here on the trip, and then when I get home, assuming that it all goes well, I'll probably do the rest of it that way.
Well, Tank Watcher Vince, $10 super chat. He says, congratulations, Joe, on your Cybertruck.
Thank you.
You know, I congratulate you too. I bet it's very fun to drive around, but it seems to be something that does slow you down, not because of the truck speed, but because of the people that gawk.
Yeah, pretty much wherever you go and you stop, whether it's a grocery store, a restaurant, the hotels out here, you have to add probably 20 or 30 more minutes because people are going to be asking you a lot of questions, which I think is actually cool because that just shows the interest is very high. I think you know, Tesla has made not only a unique vehicle, but one that appeals to a lot of people. And I'm hoping to see this soon in higher production numbers and out for a lot more people. People are asking, you know, how is the production going at Giga Texas? When are they going to start delivering more? And what I can say is that they're making them as fast as they possibly can, given you know, the constraints that they have to work with, and they really want to do that even more. So, you know.
Well, and you guys, I have to say, how cool is it that I'm able to power my Starlink through the Cybertruck? I mean, talk about, you know, an Elon industry ecosystem.
Yeah. And not only that, but there's a 220 as well. So if you were, for some reason, on a work site and you wanted to weld something, you could.
Well, has your arm had enough of a break? Should we go back to two-person, or should we go? Maybe I'll do a little bit of a quick discussion about, I don't even know. I feel like we've been talking for a while, but it seems like you guys are enjoying the live stream, and I'm just glad that we're able to communicate with you live. It's a lot more fun to interact with you guys live, and you know, obviously I do a lot of pre-recorded long-form videos, but it's very fun to do it live, and so I'm very glad that the service is working. I got the mobile version of Starlink, which is more expensive than the, you know, residential Starlink, not by much, about $15 more per month, but you know what, it seems to be working. And Joe is saying that this area of Starbase, and I've experienced the same thing, is really one of the worst. If you drive all the way up the road, there are some spots where you get service, then it dips out again, but this is one of the hardest. And you know, I think there is a ground station not too far away from us, so that might be something, a little throwback, that I go to a ground station if I can find one.
I didn't catch who it was, but somebody says that they think that the Cybertruck is $259,000 and it's not worth it. I did not pay anywhere close to that.
Yes.
And wherever you're getting your information,
Foundation Series,
that's accurate.
Foundation Series is, you know, right around 100 grand, so it's in that 6 digits, but it's just breaking 6 digits.
Yeah, there have been a few, and Tesla's cracking down on them, but people who bought them and are, you know, flipped them and trying to sell them, maybe that's where you're hearing those prices, but that's not what you get when you purchase it from Tesla.
We're going live, but hello.
Hi, we watch you all the time.
Oh,
I'm
that's
excited to meet you.
Oh yeah.
I was asking Joe about you.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God. I am so happy to meet you.
Where are you from?
Washington State.
Oh my gosh, where at?
You know, by Tacoma, Olympia area.
Okay,
Say hi, you're on live right now. And
well, that's okay. Hi, Joe.
I used to live in Kennewick for 3 years.
Oh, no kidding.
I was the main TV news anchor of Keeper Action News, so.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we've been following you, and I said, oh, I hope I get to see her. So this has been
so sweet.
a bucket list.
Oh my, no way.
Yeah,
we have a comment saying, hello, random stranger. So who are you?
What is your name?
My name is Denny Hansen.
Denny Hansen. Is this your first time at Starbase?
Yes.
What do you think?
I am so overwhelmed. Yesterday we came in and we actually got to meet Joe, and we were like, I got to go back.
Yeah.
I just have to go back.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. It's bigger than life.
Right. What is there anything different or surprising that?
Yeah, it's bigger than I thought, and the people down here are so friendly.
Yeah.
And that's what it was just like one big community of SpaceX fans, and it's just been wonderful.
It's really crazy that we have people from all around the world. I mean, truly.
Truly, all around, because we were like asking everybody, where are you from? The furthest we found is Canada that have come down, because we thought we were the crazy ones.
I've met China, I've met Australia, I've met London, everywhere. Truly.
Oh wow, that is amazing. Yeah.
Where are you staying?
We're staying in Brownsville.
Okay.
Yes, we're staying up. We're actually checking out tomorrow morning, but we're thinking we're going to leave tonight. If they got their license, do you know? Have you heard?
Not as of yet, and we think it might slip until Friday due to weather tomorrow not being optimal.
Oh, okay. So we'll be sleeping on our Tesla.
I was gonna say you have to stay. Don't go.
No. We didn't drive all this way down, but I got to see you.
I have met a few people that have come here and they've had to leave the day before the launch, and it's heartbreaking, especially if they've camped out for a week and they don't get to see the big show.
And I know, and that's the thing. We've come down. My husband has got chronic kidney disease, so meeting you yesterday was a big thrill. And this is kind of a big bucket list type issue. And so I'm just like, I'm thrilled to meet you. You're absolutely gorgeous. Don't change anything.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are you obviously you're a Tesla fan?
Oh,
what,
yeah.
what kind
A
of
lot of
Tesla
people
do you
like
have?
your shirt, by the way.
Talk about it.
Okay. I own a Model Y. My husband owns a Model 3. So we are big Tesla. I know we got to have Roscoe.
He was the first frunk puppy.
Yes, he was the first frunk puppy.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That
So,
is awesome.
but
That is
yes,
so cool.
so we've been having a good time. And Ellie, I just absolutely adore you.
Oh.
I know you had an issue that you were talking about people making comments about you, but don't let it bother you. You're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's hard to believe that just about a year ago I broke my femur.
I know. Yes, we were following you when you were on your crutches.
I was on crutches in those sand dunes, and now I can do cartwheels in them. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Thank
you
you
keep
so
it
much.
going. We'll keep watching.
Well, you'll see yourself later on the live stream replay. So
Hope I don't sound too crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not a
great.
stalker.
you're great. And I actually have to say I really like that a woman watches me too, as silly as that sounds. 96% male demographic, but it's the same thing for Marcus House. So I think just space and it's maybe not a lot of women are watching it.
Oh, yes. Like I said, I got to watch you when you went up and you saw. Now you know. We follow. My husband watches. We follow all of you guys.
Yeah.
24 hours a day. We don't watch anything else but YouTube.
If you know one of us, you likely know the other one, and if you don't, you meet the other one, and then you're locked in.
Yes. So you guys keep up the good work, really.
Thank
you keep
you.
us so informed on what's going on, and you do a good job.
Thank you.
So-
That means a lot. It was an honor to meet you.
Oh, a bigger honor to meet you, darling. Oh, you bet. You're gorgeous. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, guys. I'll let you get back.
Absolutely.
Sorry if I interrupted.
Well, you guys, wonderful live interview, and that's one of the best parts of coming down here to Starbase is actually meeting people that watch my content. It's one thing to film content and see the views, but to actually put some faces to the names, and your support is why Ellie in Space is a thing. So it's truly an honor, and that was pretty fun. And I'm always happy when someone is willing to go on camera, especially with sunglasses. Don't worry, you're in witness protection. You're fine.
Anthony Lasego, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, $50 super chat.
Oh
So
my
thank
gosh,
you very
Anthony, thank you so much for yet another super chat. You guys are phenomenal. As you can see behind us, people taking pictures, people taking video, some people living out here full time, some people, we have another picture with the Cybertruck. One of the comments that I had yesterday, Joe, is that on that video I did about the spring breakers running toward your truck, was that you were being harassed and it was sad. And I don't think you're sad, and I don't think you feel harassed.
No, I know that this is a very high interest vehicle, and I just think it's great that so many people are interested in it. And thank you very much, Steve, for the $20
Wow.
super chat.
741 people are watching us.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Crazy.
But no, I don't have a problem, and I mean part of why I got it was I would like to share it with as many people as I can because I know the interest is out there. So
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's great.
And we have a hello from France in the house. So again, people watching from all over and people traveling from all over. It really is. It's something else down here. I'm so thankful. This is my 8th trip to Starbase, and I mean, I've been here 8 times. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. That's why I moved to Texas, so that it would be, a very short enough drive down here. And, some people were wondering, I took my Tesla this time. How many times did I have to charge? I left with about 89%, and I only had to charge twice, which is pretty good. Another super chat. Is that pounds?
Not sure if I think it was euros, but it's hard to
Euros, pounds, okay, euros. You know what? You deserve this. Enjoy the launch. Thank you so much. And you guys deserve good coverage. So every time that I come down here, I try to step it up a little bit, whether it's this took me forever to get proper mics, but they've made a big difference. Again, these are the DJI mics. A lot of you guys have been asking. These are DJI mics, but one of the other things that I tried to upgrade with, and it appears it's working, is the Starlink.
Yes.
Now, Starlink, it costs about $600 to order it, and then the service is, I think it's $150 a month.
I don't know.
$135.
I actually don't have Starlink yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't need it unless I'm here.
Yeah.
But because I know that these live streams are so valuable, they help my channel, they help you guys see what's going on. So here's a question. We probably can't drive with it.
What's that?
It's probably going to lose service, right? If we make a little.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's worth a try.
Maybe we'll do it on a different time.
A different time? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
There's just, I don't know if you can see, but there are lots of people out taking a look at, for some reason the Cybertruck is taking priority over Starship right now, which is kind of weird.
Well, they can get really close to it. I mean, you have your door open, so should we show people the inside? Should we do a little? I'm gonna. Do you mind if I just sit inside of it?
Sure.
Hi. Oh, you want a picture? Go ahead.
Perfect.
I know it's pretty good location. Oh, I love that.
You're live all over the world. People are watching you get your selfie.
I watch you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're using the Starlink, and so far it's working.
Jason, you need to be interviewed by Ellie. This is Jason. Come over by the truck. And
hi there.
nice shirt, by the way.
So
Let's take
you're
a look
a
at your
huge
shirt.
fan?
Huge fan. Been following Joe doing all his Giga Texas streams, bringing the little ones all over, everywhere. They get to see Joe all over the Texas.
Well, you follow me too.
And been following you, yeah. And yeah, we came out here to see this thing take off tomorrow. The kids came out here to see Joe's wonderful Cybertruck. And yeah, thanks to Starlink and all this making it happen.
Yeah, I'm very glad that the Starlink is working because I'm sure you guys know service down here is
Not
great.
wonderful.
Not great. And we also have a familiar face. If you've watched my channel and you watch every single video, we have Jen with us.
Hello, how are you?
And is this your second or third?
So I came down for IFT1 and it didn't work out because of the scrub and I ended up watching it back home. So I'm really excited and I hope that it goes tomorrow. I've been so stressed out today. I'm like, where's this launch license? So I'm just hoping that there's a launch license coming soon.
So you guys should show Jen a little love because I held a meet and greet during IFT1 and you were the only person that showed up. And you missed the launch, which was heartbreaking.
Yeah, but I got to meet people and I got to see it full stack and, down off the launch mount. So that was really cool.
And you are determined to stay this time. It's expensive right now, but you can't have what happened last time happen again.
No, I will spend whatever it takes to stay here. So
and tell me, your background and why you're so interested in this.
I've been into the space program ever since I was 11 years old. So this is really a big deal for me. I became a really big Apollo fan, so I know all of the Apollo era stuff. And I started following SpaceX around the time they were doing hops. Just been with it ever since. So it's been really amazing.
So you're truly a diehard fan.
I'm a bit of a space nerd, yes.
And I love the shirt, Occupy Mars.
Yeah.
How about we talk to some younger folks here? Do you guys want to tell us what you like about Starship?
Yeah. So we think this thing's gonna launch tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah.
We're hearing it might be a little too windy.
Maybe it might launch tomorrow, but I don't know.
What if it launches on Friday? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen a launch in person?
Yeah, we've seen a Falcon 9 launch in Florida.
What about Starship?
Nope.
You've never seen Starship launch
In
yet?
real life, but I think I've seen one on TV.
How old are you?
6.
Do you want to go to space?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I get to float around in space because there's no gravity. See my picture.
You're very smart for a 6-year-old. You are awesome. Would you want to go to Mars?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's the red planet, and one of my favorite colors is red.
When you think about Mars and having people on another planet, which we've never seen before, living, what do you think about?
Well, I might wear my spacesuit so I stay a little cool, and hopefully I stay alive.
Yes. Hopefully you stay alive, but you might be one of the first people to go. Do you want to go to space?
Yeah,
Why?
because I get to float around.
You get to
everywhere.
float around. And some of my viewers were able to see me float around on 0G, and well, you know what happened.
Oh, we remember.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, very cool.
what is it like to be able to take your sons here and inspire them?
It is absolutely incredible being here in South Texas, being hours away from everything Elon, and just being able to show them things that we didn't have when we were younger.
Right.
And being able to drive around in the Tesla and just charge and then sleep over here in front of this awesomeness. It's so cool. And they just love all the stuff that happens around Elon's companies. And it's nice to show them that if you put your mind to something, you can achieve whatever you want to do.
Amen. If someone's never been to Starbase themselves or with their kids, what would you say to convince them to make the trip?
There's nothing like this in the world. This is the only one that's here right now. And, the visibility and what we have available to us right now is shrinking, which sucks. We can't get down Remedios Avenue anymore, but
And let's tell people what Remedios Avenue, there was the Rocket Garden where you could take some pretty epic photos. Also, the Starbase sign is covered right now by worker vehicles.
Yeah. So the weekends were a little less crowded. We were here. We were able to get updated, fresh pictures in front of the Starbase sign, but we can't get under the Rocket Garden anymore, and you'll be able to just look from the back. So if you could get here sooner, you'll have more visibility into everything,
Right.
SpaceX, and this incredible full stack going on right now.
Crazy.
So cool.
I feel bad for the people that are not full-time YouTube creators because timing a launch and being able to stay for the full duration, it's always a moving target and scrubs can happen. And so do you think you'll be able to stay if it slips until Sunday or Monday?
The kids are on spring break until Sunday, so their mom really wants them to go back. But this
No, they
thing
have
doesn't
to
happen
see
very
this.
often. They missed the last one by a few hours. They missed the first one by a day. So they need to sit here and watch this thing take off.
I hope you'll follow up with us and send me their reactions.
Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely.
We've already fallen in love with them, so thank you guys. What's your name?
Miles.
Miles. And what's your name?
Nicholas.
Nicholas. You guys could be future astronauts
Yeah, maybe we can.
or future Martians. He laughs.
So,
and
Jason,
who
I have
are
a quick
you
question
with?
for you before you do this.
Channel 3.
Which is more important to you, Starship or Cybertruck?
Cybertruck.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Are you?
What do you think about colonizing Mars?
I think that I hope that I live long enough to see it, but I think that it's going to happen. Absolutely, especially because we have SpaceX, completing the long and arduous task of making this happen with not only the world's largest rocket, but the fully reusable rocket, which is crucial for going to Mars.
Wouldn't that make us humans illegal alien immigrants?
Would it make us on Mars?
Yeah,
Well,
illegal alien immigrants. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it. I think we need to have some ground rules and some collaborations and cooperations in space in place for in space. I can't even get my words right.
Perhaps they're already out there. We just don't know. Like aliens could have like a border patrol, and once we get to Mars, they'll be like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here."
I mean, excitement guaranteed, and the simulation would get pretty exciting at that point, but it's hard to know. But I'm really hoping that I know that there's projections of when we're going to see the first human on Mars. Obviously a lot of those things can slip, but I think that in my lifetime I can at least see the beginning of it, and it's a great time to be alive.
Yeah, very cool.
What do you think? Is there life on Mars?
Well, there's a lot of people that think that there is. What do you think, Joe?
I don't think so.
Even like a microbial cell, like a little something trying to evolve.
That's the thing, is a lot of people will say that, and maybe not a lot of people. I think it's a split debate, and I think that that's all the more reason to go there. Rovers are great, but we need to have boots on the ground, just like I have boots on the ground reporting here at Starbase.
Right. But don't you think that our human interaction could mess with their evolutionary process?
No, not at all, because I don't think that they have it there, because just looking at the environment of Mars and the suitability for life, it's probably highly unlikely.
Do you think there was like ancient aliens on Mars that are a lost civilization?
Do I think that there were ancient aliens on Mars that had an instinct civilization?
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah, potentially.
Cybertruck?
This is Joe's Cybertruck, but it has been attracting a lot of attention.
Speaking of which, why don't you give the tour, Ellie, because that's what you were telling.
Okay.
Since we're live streaming right now, and
what's up, everyone?
Yeah, so this is the foundation.
Check out Channel 3 on TV.
Channel 3 on TV. I don't know if this is live or not, but I'm doing an interview within a live interview, so it's the inception of interviews.
This is I'm shooting a pilot episode actually for HBO.
Oh, fantastic!
All right, well, very cool.
We'll see if it makes it or not.
So this is the Cybertruck. If you've never seen one in person, which a lot of people, this is their first time seeing one in person, this is one of the Foundation series. As you can see, beautiful interior. We have the stainless steel, which is surprisingly the same material as the Starship. So if you would qualify this as your own mini spaceship, you'd be right in some ways.
These will be the vehicles of Mars.
Maybe.
Potentially.
We'll probably need a little bit of changes with battery and stuff, but it has the potential.
Can I stick my camera in?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys are curious how the door opens, there is a little button here.
Oh, let's see that.
And so, yeah, I'll close it again.
No, not quite the DeLorean.
So I'll close it again.
Okay.
And just, boop.
Wow.
So, obviously the handles on the Model 3 are sometimes confusing to people. They're flat and they push in. But here is the back.
I like your blue streaks.
Thank you. They're methane streaks for Starship.
Could you sleep in here, like take a nap? What is it?
Well,
comfy enough?
The tonneau is actually, the trunk and the tonneau cover are pretty durable and pretty big. So if you were to sleep in the Cybertruck, Joe, you would sleep in the truck bed, right?
You can, just unfortunately the window doesn't open in the back, so any of your, if you did camp mode, it would be on the inside.
And one of the
tent attachment?
No, I don't have that right
One
now.
of the interesting parts too is that we have a display back here as well. So that's great for little kiddos that maybe want to have some entertainment. And it's pretty roomy in here. It's also a pretty quiet drive, and the turning radius on the Cybertruck is quite phenomenal. Due to the steer. Is it steer-by-wire? Is that the term?
It is steer-by-wire, and there's no direct mechanical connection to the steering gear.
Can we peep the engine?
But you can see the steering with the rear wheels when it is working.
One thing I'll show you in the back here, not my underwear, is my Starlink is able to be powered through the Cybertruck, which is very convenient. Starlink satellite, that is how we're live streaming right now. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and usually the service down here at Starbase is not good, so I'm very thankful that we have Starlink as well.
What channel is this?
My Ellie in Space channel. So I have a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers. I have 75,000 followers on X, formerly Twitter, and Elon Musk subscribes to me. So it's
Shout out to Elon.
it's some shout out to Elon for really having the vision and the determination to make this possible. Truly,
that was a big rocket right there.
SpaceX has proved things that were thought impossible before, not only for a private commercial company to make it to orbit, not only to have reusable boosters and reusable features, but now they're trying to do something even bigger and better, literally bigger. This is the world's largest rocket, but going to Mars. And I know that there's a lot of doubters, But there were a lot of doubters, 10 years ago or 15 years ago to say that SpaceX wasn't going to be able to achieve the initial goals that they had. So SpaceX has not only proven that things are possible, but they've also changed the industry forever. You have so many startups and private space companies, starting, and I think the more the merrier. A lot of people say Team SpaceX, and I don't care about Blue Origin or whatever, but I think we need to cheer them all on, including Relativity, including Rocket Lab.
I just met them.
Okay, cool. Which one?
The Rocket Lab.
Rocket Lab, very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I support all of it. I think this is great, like
Yeah.
journalism on the ground level, telling the people. A lot of people don't even know that this is here. Even people who live here.
Yeah.
I mean, they might get woken up by the rocket launch, but
So I quit my job in news of almost a decade to drop everything and cover this full time because that is how much I believe in it.
me too. That's what I'm doing. I'm covering it from more of an angle of like, what kind of questions will the news be asking in the future when this is actually happening? Like, is this some sort of colonization, imperialism? I mean, there's a lot of. Do we have like manifest destiny on Mars? You see what I'm saying? Does the
Yes.
Monroe Doctrine cover our right to explore other planets?
Right.
Things like these, I feel like these are the questions of the future.
Absolutely.
What do you think
Awesome.
about
Well,
all that?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity here, but we'd like to wrap up.
Can we see the engine?
There's no engine. It's
No
electric.
engine?
No
so
engine.
after,
There's
I
a
appreciate
front.
that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think we
I
need
got
to
it.
wrap up, Ellie,
wrap it
with
up.
what
Thank
you're
you, guys.
doing.
I
So
appreciate
thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
See you on
Channel
HBO.
3 News.
All
Channel 3
right.
on
Sorry,
TV.
we'll be on HBO. Though.
Okay, well,
Awesome. Very good.
put me on HBO and give me my own show. Joe, you have really good hearing.
Well, thank you very
You
much.
do. Like, I'll say things like silently and you hear them. So I'm impressed. I'm sorry, you guys. I haven't been able to see the comments for the last 20, 30 minutes. What are people saying?
I think we're good now that we're back on topic.
Okay, great. Oh, they were getting a little bit.
Yeah.
They were getting a little bit flustered.
No problem.
Well,
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you want to see a little bit more of the
Yeah, if you guys
Cybertruck, or
wanna
just,
see-
wrap this up for now, or
let us know if you guys want to see more of the Cybertruck. If you guys have any new information from X, if you guys have heard anything about the launch license, at last check, it has not been granted yet. Joe and I are both thinking that it'll probably slip until at least Friday, but again, time will tell. And what was your quote about never cancel on a forecast?
never cancel on a forecast. And also, thank you very much from John for the $10 super chat.
Thank you.
And for the sentiment of coming to your rescue.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Why don't I read some of the comments and maybe
Okay.
you can do another little, maybe just recap. We're here with the Starlink.
Evacuation notice for tomorrow.
What was that?
Okay.
They did issue the evacuation.
Oh.
for
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay, so there is an evacuation notice for tomorrow. Wow, okay, I guess we've only been going an hour. I thought that we had gone for an hour and a half, but we are getting some amazing super chats.
Yeah.
We have almost 800 people watching, which is kind of incredible.
Yeah.
We have more people looking at the Cybertruck because you just can't help yourselves. A lot of people, it's their first time
So I have a
seeing
question
it.
for these people here. So what is more interesting to you right now? Starship or Cybertruck?
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck, okay.
Why?
This is old news. We already know about
Oh,
Starlink.
no.
We already know about Starlink internet, but this just came out.
Well, this is Starship.
This?
No, this rocket.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what we're asking. Are you more enthralled by the rocket or the Cybertruck?
Hey, turn over this way a little bit.
Rocket, but I know a lot
Ellie,
about the Cybertruck.
turn that way. There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, if you guys want to take pictures in it or look inside, you're more than welcome.
It's bigger
So it-
than I thought it would.
That's what
We
everybody
need-
says.
we
it
need to
looks
start
better
charging.
in person, and it's bigger than you thought.
Yeah.
Joe, we are missing an opportunity to charge people $10 for a picture with the Cybertruck.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that's
I'm
true.
kidding.
But I like to share. And
I know.
think this is so cool. I mean,
I'm
this
kidding.
entire time is just constant.
Or am I kidding?
But it is kind of funny to hear that we're here getting ready for the launch of the world's biggest rocket, and Cybertruck is taking the first place right now.
Yeah. Well, we have more people. You guys. Joe wasn't kidding when he told me that it's a people magnet.
It is. It's the strongest people magnet ever made.
That's way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's bigger than you
I
thought.
look at the pictures. I said, this doesn't look very good. But this is way more than I thought.
Really?
Is it four wheel? All four wheels turn?
Yes,
four-wheel
it
drive,
is.
right?
It's 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering.
So it'll go anywhere.
Pretty much, yes.
I'm kind of impressed with it.
Yeah. Oh, good to know. Yeah, a lot of people. Where are you from?
I'm from Northeast Ohio.
Okay. Is this your first time seeing one?
The first time I've seen a truck, yeah.
Wow.
Is this the first one out?
It is one of the Foundation series, so it is one of the first ones to be delivered to customers and driving around. However, it's kind of a rare,
Yeah, I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, if you'll notice, there are some little, logos that say Foundation Series.
Okay.
But they're gonna, obviously improve the truck over time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go look at it.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead, take a look.
Take pictures, have a sleepover, stand on the tonneau. No, I'm kidding, but you said you would let me do that, Joe. So at some point here, I am going to stand on the tonneau.
Okay.
Maybe I'll wear my Bucky's bathing suit.
For those wondering, it's made out of aluminum. It said it can hold, I think, 300 to 400 pounds. So
on the tonneau?
Yes.
The tonneau?
Tonneau. It's the cover for the bed.
The tonneau.
I don't know about all of them, but we came for the beach.
From
You
where?
came for the beach.
We came for the beach.
Oh, really?
Where are you from?
Iowa?
Iowa. Is this your first time here?
No, but we always come here because there's hardly anybody on the beach. So we brought our family that's from Kansas, 2 sets for the beach, not knowing all of this would be.
Well, when was it? When was the last time you were here? Was any of this out here?
Yes, we were here last week.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this was here, but not the car, not
Yeah,
all the people. There was hardly
yeah.
any people here.
Well, we're looking to launch either tomorrow or Friday. So that giant rocket is going to launch for the 3rd time.
So then they evacuate everything. They don't
They
leave people on
evacuate.
here, right?
There's an exclusion zone for safety because, there's always the chance of it blowing up on the pad. And trust me, you don't want to be close to it if that happens.
I've seen that on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, well,
Yeah.
this is cool.
So if you're still in town, make sure to watch it. Make sure to get up early enough to watch it. Should be around 7:30 a.m.
We winter in Weslaco,
Okay.
so we'll be watching for sure.
Awesome. Great. Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
I know that we're going to enjoy it. Top speed?
Do we know yet, Joe?
I don't know. I haven't given it a try yet. I just got it and drove it down.
The speed limit, right?
Exactly. Always the speed limit.
Is it okay if I look and
You're welcome to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cloutier.
Cloutier
Thank
Pierre.
you, Ellie and Joe, for the live cast. What is the probability the launch success more or less than 50%?
Well, if you believe it, Elon Musk, he says it's about 80% this time. And I don't know what he means by 80%, as in the entire mission with all of the milestones or, getting to orbit. But seems like he's quite optimistic about this one.
Yeah.
The biggest issue is Mother Nature, and will Mother Nature cooperate?
As he always says, he doesn't want to jinx it. But what do you think? Should we wrap up?
I think so.
Is your arm getting tired?
Yes.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that the Starlink is working, which means that this will not be our last live stream here. So
Exactly.
we're going to have to try it maybe out on the dunes if possible, but powering it, hopefully my little thing works.
Right. And if we do get any word on the FAA or if it slips or whatever, Ellie will get back on and we'll let you know.
Absolutely. And of course, follow us on X because that's where we have the most, expedited information. Great. Well, thank you guys. We love you. We hope you're able to join us for the launch, and we're hopeful that, we have a launch within the next 2 days.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed, and we are out of here.